Storm Tracker weather starts now with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Good evening, everybody. We start off tonight with a picture from Rick Cox. He says, look what happened to the wind. This is what the wind did to his trees on the west end. I think our peak wind gust today was about 20 miles per hour. Most of the day was pretty calm. We must have had one little gust, though, right about 5 o'clock. Maybe it blew that branch off into his garage, but that's what Rick says. Meanwhile, let's move on and show you what's happening earlier this evening. This is from Sarah Slayford, and you'll notice, yeah, this is out by Forsyth, and they had a lot of hail out there. That's where most of the big thunderstorms were firing up today, and this is what it looked like over there by Forsyth. A little bit of hail there. Now, here's the way things are shaping up Billings right now. 69 degrees with those clearing skies. Well, right now, as you'll notice, humidity is about 51%, and so that gives us a feels like temperature right where we should be, 69 degrees. Now, as you'll see here, our high temperature today actually topped out at 84. 85 is your average high for this time of year. 104 was the record. That was set back in 2007. The record low was 47 degrees. That was set back in 1958. When it comes to precipitation, nothing new fell in our rain gauge today. So here's where we are for the month of July, a little bit behind average. For the year, we're at 788, need to be at 828 to be caught up to average. And you notice that sunset tonight, that was happening at 9:06. Sunrise tomorrow right around 5:32 again. Meanwhile, as you'll notice here, our current temperatures are into the 60s and 70s around the region. We've lost most of the 80s right now. 69 here, 70 over at the Jordan right now. I see 66 over Miles City. But check out our reported highs for the day. We did get into the 80s across much of the state. A few places like Lewistown was 75. Elsewhere, we were also about 93 down in Sheridan and 96 degrees over in Worland. So it was a pretty toasty day down in that part of the world. In the meantime, Doppler radar shows you the scattered showers and thunderstorms we had in eastern Montana. We have since kicked them to the curve. They're all the way over into the Dakotas right now, heading into Minnesota. Back here, east of the divide, not much going on. A little farther to the west, any more storms out there? Well, probably not tonight. Maybe sometime tomorrow. But let me show you where that's coming from. We got a new system starting to make its way onshore tonight, and then it starts pushing its way into our region. You'll see a warm front move out across our region tomorrow. We'll warm up very nicely, and because of that, we'll probably start to see this cold front move a little bit farther in, and as it does so, by the time Thursday night gets here, about 6:31, you'll see this brown stuff here. That's what we call an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms, meaning we're going to see multiple severe thunderstorms, large hail, high winds, damaging rainfall and all that stuff. And not only that, we possibly could even see some tornadoes out of this stuff as that upper level low pressure cell continues to just pull this stuff through. So eventually that stuff moves out of the way, and we'll see some cooler air moving behind it, and the skies will become mostly sunny by the time Wednesday gets here, but temperatures will also be a little bit cooler. And this is what happens by Wednesday night, 6 p.m. In the meantime, let me show you how much rain we're expecting to get. The big winners are going to be along the high line, anywhere from a half an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch over Glasgow. Here in Billings, looks like most of the storms are going to be traveled to the north of us. We're going to be at the extreme outer edge of it, so we're not expecting much in the way of precipitation, probably nothing, but it's in the ballpark, because that's why we have like a 20% chance for some rain showers out of those storms tomorrow. Now tonight, our temps cool back down to the 50s out in the far west, 58 degrees here in Billings. You'll still see upper 50s and 60s back here. Still have that little increased risk of severe thunderstorms in the yellow. That's for eastern Montana. But I got to tell you, most of that stuff has moved out of here now. Tonight, we're not too worried about it. Then for tomorrow, we're getting back into the 80s, 87 at Billings. Look at the 80s, 90s here. And then look at this. By the time 8 o'clock gets here comes that big honking thunderstorm moving across the high line. And that's going to create all sorts of problems. A lot of high wind, large hail, and damaging winds, and possibly even some tornadoes across this area by tomorrow. But in the meantime, tonight, here's what we're looking at. It'll be mostly clear for the rest of the night and 58 degrees. Then for tomorrow and the next several days, it will look like this. It'll be 87 degrees on Tuesday with that 20% chance for showers. Otherwise, you'll see partly cloudy skies. Be a little breezy tomorrow as well, but we get up to 87 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies and 82 degrees. Then by Thursday, 84. Friday, 85 degrees. Then on Saturday and Sunday, here comes the heat again, back to the 90s. On Monday, 85 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows, 50s and 60s. That's a look at the weather. Let's go back to Russ.